know it's been a minute, but I decided to wait it out to give everybody a chance to go back and forth about this latest primary that happened here in Texas. I guess most specifically the Jasmine Crockett versus James Tallarico primary race for Senate, Texas Senate, for the Texas Senate in the primary. Whew, I tell you, it's been a long week, and I've always had my thoughts about it, but I like to hear what other people are saying, and to see how they were going to respond. A lot of it was very typical. You know, they followed Jasmine's lead. They said she was cheated, and maybe let me say this to folks. Um, you know, I'm from Tennessee. We've had primaries, and everyone knows that when you vote during what's called early voting, you can vote anywhere you want to. It's always been like that. I don't know how it is in other people's states, but I know in Tennessee and the county of Shelby and Memphis, those 2 weeks during the early voting, you vote anywhere you want to. And guess what? It's the same thing here in Dallas Fort Worth. So on election day, those who decided not to use those 2 weeks, take advantage of those 2 weeks to vote wherever you want to, well, they decided to go to election day. Some people still procrastinated and pushed and pushed. Well, a lot of people procrastinated, pushed it back and pushed it back. Okay. And guess what? The polls have always closed at 7 o'clock. Always. And so the fact that people rarely do what they're supposed to do. They were calling and emailing Jasmine, hey, what's going on? The polls closed, and then we went to another poll. They said we couldn't vote here. Of course not. On your voter registration card, it gives you all your districts, and then also lets you know most of the times where you're supposed to vote on election day. And so this accusation of, well, they cheated. No, Jasmine, your people, the ones who support you, are acting slow. You know damn well they voted in elections before that on election day, you always vote in your assigned precinct. And people know this, but they always try to play like, I didn't know this. They didn't tell me. You know this how it's always gone. And so that's all it was. And people try to make it, they tried to make it out as if some trick was pulled on them. No. Every election time there is what's called early voting. And in early voting, you can vote anywhere. That's why people get a chance to do it early. That's why so many people got out so quickly, so in such a large number during this period. Damn near 700,000 people got out and voted. Took care of that. Then you have those who came on election day, and all of a sudden things went back to normal, meaning on election day you vote. So there was a bunch of bullshit. There's supposed to be lawsuits. Maybe it's something they'll show us that I didn't know. So then you have Jasmine Crockett herself. Look, Jasmine Crockett, and I said she defeated herself. Jasmine Crockett, she ran what's called a local campaign. Now, Texas has got millions of people across the whole state. Texas is one of the largest states in the 50 states, next to California, right? You have to cover grounds. You're running for a statewide Senate seat. It's like you're running for governor, but you're on a campaign in Dallas. That's what she did. She is of the assumption that because she was, popular and famous for her shenanigans on social media, that people were legitimately going to come out. Well, I think 82 to 84% of black folks came out. Yeah, that wasn't even 100% because she really relied on them black folks in Houston and in Dallas to come out. And in Dallas Fort Worth, the black population isn't that large. I think they barely make. I think the Dallas population, I think, is not even at 25% of black people. And so she didn't get a full 90% of them. her message wasn't statewide. If y'all heard her speak over the year, you know, she ran on the campaign of "I hate Trump." Well, for those of you who decide to take that route in the future, y'all got to remember that close to 80 million people voted for this current president. So for you to make the assumption that over half the country hates this president, you're the fool. Now, when you're talking shit about the president in private, I mean your little groups and stuff, there are people around you who don't say nothing because they don't have time to be dealing with that Trump derangement syndrome. And by the way, Trump derangement syndrome is going to be a legitimate diagnosis that's going to be placed in the next published edition of the DSM-6. We on DSM-5 right now, but it's going to be probably about 5 years. They come out like every 10 years. The Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Illness. So the DSM-6, I wouldn't be shocked. Hell, I even push for it, for Trump derangement syndrome or TDS to be a legitimate diagnosis, a form of mental illness, because this is insane. So she ran on fuck Trump. I can't stand Trump. And by the way, she fucked around and found out the hard way that she wasn't running against Trump. She was running against an unknown, lesser known, his half Hispanic, half white guy by the name of Tallarico. And what he did was what she should have been doing. That is, he ran a statewide race. He talked to everybody. You can't knock him. He had enough people. He went to all the little small country towns in Texas, West Texas, East Texas. He went all around and talked to them. While she wanted to talk to them, she only wanted to reach out to the bigger cities, which she thought had more blacks and Hispanics who she thought they were like on her side. Well, the thing is, Jasmine, and I want black people, you black voters, to pay attention. I didn't vote for the bitch. I mean, it's Sunday, and my goal, I don't vote for Democrats, especially black female or female Democrats, because their policies don't align with me being a heterosexual, masculine black man at all. But Jasmine spent the whole year defending Israel. She spent the whole year defending illegal immigrants and sticking up for them, advocating for them. She spent the whole year talking about trans and comparing it to the black struggle and civil rights movement. She talked about all of those other people, and guess what? Over damn near 6% of them voted for Tallarico. That's what you black politicians get. See, Jasmine, if you were running for, like in your district, which was majority black, and had a lot of Democratic Hispanics in there, you could have won. But you're running across a whole state. You can't have a local campaign for an entire state. And that's where she messed up. And also, what else? That Sister Girl Act. You know, people get mad when you mention it. Yeah, she keeps saying, I'm a lawyer, I'm this and that, but that's not what she portrays. That's not what she portrayed as she was bucking for this sentence. Child, good hush. Governor Hot Wheels, child. Honey, good child. I mean, I know what the fuck they ain't talking about, just acting like some belligerent little hood rat. With all these degrees, a lot of black women trying to defend her. But she's a fighter. What does she fight for? The right to be hood? Get out of here. And this is the trend. And I hope this trend continues. We are not voting for no damn Democrats. White, black, Hispanic, or Asian. And whenever they talk to us, they talk to us like we're a bunch of goofy, hood, undereducated, inbred, ignorant voters. Whenever they get around us, they want to bring hip hop into the thing. They want to talk about some Magic City or all the deplorable, denigrating topics, or speak to us in a very cartoonish way. But these same Democrats, when they're talking to Asian, Hispanics, homosexual, who else? Trans. Whenever they talk to white folks that are Democrats, they talk to them with intelligence and they offer them tangible things. We're going to do this for you specifically. I'm going to do that for you specifically. I'm going to do this for you specifically. And they've done it. But when it comes to black voters, they want to talk about, Dr. King, 4-5, right to vote. And you don't want to be the one on the wrong side of history. We don't come out and vote for the part who stands up for the peoples. That's how they talk to us. Real stupid. And we're over it. A lot of us are waking. And so she can cry her tears all day long. She can accuse, wait a minute, she accused Republicans of some sort of sabotage when it was Democrats, and y'all watched it when I watched it. It was the Democratic Party that pushed her to the side for the very mild-mannered, evangelical, young white male, 36 years old. I don't know if he's married or has children or anything, but I guess it don't matter. But he has the same sick policies that she has. He believes that men should be able to go into women's restrooms and boys can play in girls' sports. He believes that he said abortion should be reserved for trans or some mess like, oh, he's real sick. So I know a lot of people ain't gonna vote for his weird ass. Now, they had a lot of people to come out for this Democratic primary. You better hope they come out for the general election, because when they get to wearing his ass out and showing what a sick-ass, liberal, weirdo, Pee-wee Herman ass little bastard that he is, it might be another Republican Texan in the Senate, because people are tired of all this weird behavior that Democrats want to push on folks. And I can't understand for the life of me why black women are, now these are statistics, the most religious group in the country, but they're Democrats. How are y'all Democrats and y'all believe in God? These sick-ass Democrats believing in same-sex this. Minor children can get sex changes without their parents' permission. How ain't that got to do with God? I'm telling you, I'm so glad I'm not religious. I'm not confused at all. But yeah, we got all this weirdness going on. He is a sick little bastard, and I can't wait to see the ads that expose his little weird ass. But anyway, I'm not voting for him either. I'm gonna let everybody else fight it out over this nonsense. Because when it comes down to it, black people still lose. If it's a black candidate, if they're not speaking like Dr. Claude Anderson, if they're not speaking like Dr. John Henry Clark, if they're not speaking like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Julia Hale, Dr. Joy LeGroux Leary, they ain't talking about shit. That's all they do. But if they're not talking, most importantly, they're not talking about how to get money specifically in black people's hands and how to get reconstruction done for the destruction of black neighborhoods, they ain't talking about shit. They ain't talking about nothing. All this old hallelujah shit that they want to throw on black folks all day long. It's weird. And so Jasmine, she played herself. But you know what she's not gonna do after she watched them pick Tallarico over her? Let me tell you something, right in our face. They moved her out the way and premiered and introduced Tallarico to the world by way of Colbert. Now, Stephen Colbert, and I'm glad this show is ending in May. Stephen Colbert, who's a staunch Trump hater. Now, I guess he's against racism and all of that. But Stephen Colbert brought the white man on. I don't know, I think somewhere they had Jasmine on, but they brought him on to introduce him to the world, because nobody knew who no damn Tallarico was. And if you go back and look at his videos, this junk he says in the state house in Texas, man, it is crazy. So, Stephen Colbert, what I'm saying, when they want to align together, these so-called liberal whites, when they want to align themselves with who they want, that's what they do. And so, is anybody going to say to Jasmine Crockett, oh my God, and all of you Negroes that was hollering that black and brown coalition shit, is anybody going to say, damn, Jasmine Crockett got her nigger wake-up call? And it's exactly what it was. She got her nigger wake-up call from the Democratic Party and from the Latinos, the very people she advocated for. Even their legal family members, she's fighting her ass off for them. She's a fighter, but she didn't fight for black folks. So who's she fighting for when y'all keep saying, she's a fighter? Fighting for what? When it came down to it, the video was going viral, and this white woman who was in tears, I love Jasmine. She's really strong, but I voted for Tallarico. We need someone who can what? Get elected. I love it. Because see, I'm not shocked by racism, white supremacy. Because when you don't understand it, you don't know how its agenda, everything else will only confuse you. Rest in peace, brother Neely Fuller. See, I understand. But a lot of y'all won't do it. Y'all just want to read the Bible. You won't read anything else that actually makes sense. You ain't even watch the video about Dr. Claude Anderson, inappropriate behavior. Black people behave so inappropriately under racism and white supremacy that it's ridiculous. We don't behave appropriately under racism and white supremacy. We keep losing, then we want to get online and get mad about it. That's okay. Out of system. I'm going back to this Democratic thing in a second. A lot of black women and gay black men are getting online on TikTok, want to talk crazy. That's okay. We're not voting for Tallarico. Nobody cares because he got enough white and Latino votes that's going to take him over. He might be the next senator. They don't need a Negro vote. But y'all the ones, we tried to tell y'all, Dr. Claude Anderson told us in 1995, when they going to open them borders and they're getting people to replace you and look at it. Now they're talking about how valuable the Latino vote is. The Democratic Party saw it 25 years ago. That's why they started letting them in. The first thing they put them in the black neighborhoods. And not just them, Arabs, Asians, Africans. They putting everybody over the American Negro. And y'all so busy hiding this black and brown and we all Pan-African. Well, y'all don't understand the basic understanding of the study of sociology. Sociology is the study of groups. The study of groups and their behaviors within that group, which includes protection and the economic progress of that group, intellectual progress of that group, architectural building of that group. Black people, we around here, it just, I don't know what else to say. The shit is so old. We out of it. And someone say we're cooked. I need black men because the black women have destroyed it. They fucked it all the way up. So you black men, come on out of hiding, man. Let's go and get this shit back on track. The women have, quote unquote, led it and led it down the way they do black neighborhoods in the ground. Not all, but too many. You know what I'm talking about. But it's interesting. Jasmine got her nigga wake-up call. But I'm still going to wait and see when she can refer to the Democratic Party as racist. She hadn't said that. Even in the end, she wanted to blame something on the Republicans. Now, they might have pulled some smart stuff, some slick stuff, but it was your party, Jasmine, that let you act like a goddamn clown and applauded you and high-fived you when you act a fool. I don't care about this. I don't give a fuck. Blonde head, bleached body, brown, whatever you call that broad. She ain't in the Congress either. Now she snitching. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, boo. I didn't like her anyway, so I'm not saying I'm disappointed. Who cares? See, y'all understand this shit is about business. We'll get to the business of being black. You can't be no multicultural if you ain't got your own goddamn culture together. That's what we fell for. And these Negro leaders fooled y'all into this multicultural coalition shit while they live in gated communities, mansions. Jazz herself is worth $9 million, allegedly, reportedly. So don't cry for her, Argentina. She'll be fine. But when are we going, as a group, as 44 million foundational black Americans, when are we going to get a goddamn clue? It just doesn't make any sense. But y'all want to call people like me, y'all always focusing on race. Everything ain't about race. You know how y'all like to talk when y'all feeling good about yourselves? I guess you got some money coming. And all of a sudden people like me are petty and small. I get it. That's okay. And I don't mind being that. But one thing I like being the most is right. Again, I'll keep throwing up our scholars. Y'all act like they never wrote a book or said a speech or nothing. They ain't taught us for the past, 60 years. Dr. Claude Anderson been trying to teach us since the 70s and 80s. He's about 90 years old now. Dr. Franz Cress Welsing, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, all of the scholars been trying to teach us the best way to go is us. Even Wesley Snipes said in the movie, always bet on black. You dumbass got talked into bet on black and brown. And brown is only worried about brown. They prove it how they work with each other only. They prove it how they vote for their interests only. But again, we'll get it one day. And I'll say, fellas, y'all, let's come out of hiding, guys. We're gonna have to take this shit over. I'm not talking about the little gay dudes. They side with the women. And I'm not talking about a lot of them black men who are part of black Greek-led organizations, because they are a major part of the problem, along with the women. And that's not all of them. Because I want to ask you this. Y'all hear me talking about how the Greeks are, how the black Greeks, how divine nine has played a huge part in our current situation of economic and social and cultural depravity. Yeah, they have, and I'll debate any one of them. Let them know how the black Greeks, the black gays, and the Negro preacher have really, they're the ones who pretty much led us into this bullshit that we're in today. They did, only so they can get pats on the back from Massa, so they can live next door to Massa, them and their children. They're under the umbrella of the boule. Yeah, I debate any one of you, not for free. Put your money up, we'll have that conversation. Or please put like this live. Because we're gonna have to have this civil war. It ain't gonna be blacks and whites. It's gonna be a civil war between blacks and the compromised black gays, the black Greeks, and the boule. These are the three, and the nigger preachers. These are the Negroes and Negresses who've sold us out since the 60s. Really to the 1930s and 40s when there was a first group of Negroes that went up to the White House. And I think it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. When they went up there and told the white president, y'all know what I'm talking about. You'll Google it. Thinking Ralph. It was what was their names? The first group of Negroes that went in like the 30s or 40s, and he told them. He said, okay, I hear all your demands that you say you want for the Negro. He said, now go out there. Let me get across here. He said, now go out there and make me do it. So here we are today. So y'all can sit back and think Jasmine Crockett was done an injustice. No. We do an injustice to ourselves every time we continue to vote this one-ticket party instead of treating politics like a business. Y'all still trying to treat it like y'all want validation from some goddamn body. It's stupid. We're going to have to cut this shit out. You know, I don't feel sorry for her. Guess what? Jasmine Crockett is like a phoenix from the sun. She might rise again. And you know what? Ken Paxton ain't shit. She might actually become the Attorney General of Texas. That seat's gonna be open because Ken Paxton may or may not win. So she might get a chance to run for Attorney General. But I hope this time when she runs again, she'll know to make it a statewide race and not a local race, thinking that all the black women gonna come out and learn how to talk to black men. I'm gonna close this by saying the black male vote is always disrespected and ignored. That's why when Trump or any Republican just halfway appeal to black men, they can get at least 7%, 18%, or 19% of the black vote, majority of black men. The Democratic Party don't try to appeal to straight, masculine black men at all. At all. So that's why brothers are leaving. Have to leave. Sick of this shit. No, it's not that we're running to the Republican Party. A lot of us are independents or just staying at home. Because one thing about men of all races, regardless of politics, we always have to get our ass out and get something. Now, the women can lay on the government the way they've always done. So, anyway, y'all, I'm not going to waste the rest of this beautiful day just sharing this thought. I think y'all got it. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later. It's your man, Rico. I'll be back sooner than later to talk about some more stuff. I just want to get that off my chest. Now, hopefully, we as black people will finally get a clue. Bet on black. If you need a copy of what to say, I have a copy of something that would really get us on the starting point. It's called the Willie Lynch letter. Look in my description box. Hit that Cash App for $5. I'll send you a copy of it. Send me an email address too. Can I also send you, give you a copy of the link of Dr. Claude Anderson's video, Inappropriate Behavior, as well as one, what's the other one? Exceptional People. So if y'all hit me up, I can hit me with the $5 Cash App. I can send you a copy of the Willie Lynch letter and a copy of those two links, those two videos. Unless y'all feel like looking it up yourselves, cool. I'll just try and, add a little extra service. But y'all be cool. It's your man, Rico the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all later. Such a beautiful Sunday here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.